Alô, alô, amiguitos. Estamos aqui no Hotel Ubu para continuar o Broken Sword.
The door was locked.
No episódio anterior chegámos aqui ao Hotel Ubu, onde supostamente está hospedado este senhor, que é o palhaço bombista. Também, que também é conhecido por Can, Moerlin. Tem uma série de identidades. Este primeiro quarto não é o dele. É o quarto que estava livre. Vamos ver só se há aqui alguma coisa dentro da mesa de cabeceira. Ok. Então agora o que temos que fazer é, através da janela, chegamos ao quarto onde está o Can, que é este. Entra lá, amigo.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Ok, está aqui uma pasta.
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Então parece que não temos aqui nada. Vamos ver aqui dentro do armário o que é que há.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
Ok, não há nada, mas se nós tentarmos sair, vamos fazer...
It was Khan.
E
I
vem
had
ele.
the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Clássico. E fica ali um bocadinho de fora da roupa.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead. But he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me. I didn't usually spy on men getting changed. But this guy was a killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed.
E agora sim temos alguma coisa onde podemos investigar.
I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. The pocket was empty. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch. There was nothing in the pocket. I flipped the pants over.
Que fixe, eu acho que isto no original
I found an
não havia.
ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end. The pocket was empty. I found nothing in the pocket. I pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord. The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words Club Alamut. I turned the pants over again.
Foi para podermos
I
abrir
searched
este
the
bolso.
pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read Thomas Moerlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read...
Ok, isto já sabíamos. Aqui, então, já tirámos tudo o que precisávamos. E agora com o cartão de identificação do Moerlin, vamos poder fazer retrieve àquilo que ele deixou dentro do cofre. Mas primeiro temos que falar aqui com este senhor. O recepcionista.
What now, monsieur?
Tenho um cartão de identificação.
That is Monsieur Moerlin's property.
Monsieur.
That's right. Moerlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
Positive.
Ok, ele não nos vai deixar ver por enquanto o que é que está escondido dentro do cofre, por isso temos que pedir ajuda aqui à nossa amiga Lady Piermont.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I found this pass in Moerlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces.
Então, mas anda-me lá a
I showed
ajudar.
the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me
Okay.
Moerlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George! Did you place a package from Moerlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Moerlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Moerlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
You
Pronto.
know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Moerlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Pronto, isto agora ele deu-nos a dica. Temos que voltar ao apartamento do Nico, mas eu antes de fazer qualquer coisa vou salvar, porque isto é uma das poucas alturas do jogo em que pode dar game over.
I couldn't leave the hotel with the manuscript. It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
Ok, exatamente. Aqueles dois senhores que estavam ali à entrada estão à espera que alguém saia com o manuscrito para ficarem com eles. Com ele. Então o que é que nós temos que fazer? Temos que vir aqui à varanda e atirar um
I
frágil.
knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript.
Pronto, é o que ele está a dizer.
But I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Não, de facto não é assim que se trata um manuscrito antigo. E agora sim podemos abandonar o hotel em segurança.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check, nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
E agora sim, vamos aqui apanhar o manuscrito
If
e
the
voltar à casa de
manuscript was what
Nico.
Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed. I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out. Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, George.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times, warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
Continua a ser weird.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the Ubu.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of 2 knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
Bem, devo dizer que fiquei bastante decepcionado com a secção da história sobre os Templários, porque fizeram tantas melhorias ao jogo e adicionaram conteúdo e não foram capazes de melhorar aquela parte. É a parte exatamente igual, retirada do original. O som estava péssimo. E pronto, e é isto. Ok, primeira desilusão em relação ao Director's Cut. Não me interpretem mal. O jogo é excelente. Esta secção era excelente também em 1995. Acho que podiam ter feito umas melhorias. Mas pronto, não interessa. Vamos continuar aqui a falar sobre o manuscrito.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
Ok. Uma gema num tripé.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover? It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Ponto para o George.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse. Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krone Museum. I'll give you the address.
Pronto, acho que aqui não há muito mais a fazer.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Krone Museum.
É o próximo sítio onde temos que ir. Até ao museu encontrar-nos com o Lobino. Mas isso vai ficar para o próximo episódio, amiguitos. Muito obrigado por assistirem. Já sabem, destruam gentilmente aí o botão de like. E vemo-nos numa próxima. Tchau, tchau.